Come on, skinny love, just let's see it. To pour a little salt we will never eat. My, 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 my. Staring at the sink of water across the lake. Right in this moment, this all is talk.
We are all very much the company we keep. The community you build around yourself, the people you surround yourself with, speaks volumes about who you are and your character. In the case of Ben and Andrea, long before they found each other, they had always been surrounded by friends, family, and fur children. Once brought together, these communities have merged, creating a forever growing circle of loved ones. Every one of you sitting here is part of this circle. If you look around where you sit, you will recall years of laughing until you cried, dancing until sunrise, and always coming back to each other. Ben and Andrea, I feel inexplicably grateful to have known the two of you for years. I have come to know you very well. Your ups and downs, your jokes and dances, your loyalty to others through their ups and downs, and of course, your loyalty to each other. And I am beyond honored to be standing here to say to you, and to all of you, that I deeply believe in your love with every fiber of my being. And their belief in each other has brought them to this point. And the course of love must follow blind without a look behind. There's something about love, something greater than the sum of its parts, the power it possesses. Together, you can move mountains, and before you know it, you'll be standing on the moon. But love isn't simple. It never is. Love is complex. It is intrinsic and powerful. In love, there will be good days and bad days. But on the bad days, sometimes love is the reason you get up in the morning. But love, like life, is not by any means always sunshine and rainbows. True love is perpetual, but there is, I promise, no manual on love, no book of instructions, and often no road signs when this golden road gets rocky. We must write our own book of love along the way. A wise man once said, the secret to maintaining a happy marriage is all about maintaining a constant temperature. If you can maintain a constant temperature, then you can stay married forever. If your wife is wearing a sweater, your wife will be too hot and you must be prepared to hold her sweater. If your wife is not wearing a sweater, she will be too cold and you must be prepared to give her your sweater to wear. But if you can maintain a constant temperature, you will stay married forever. So there you go. As Ginsberg quite eloquently put it, the weight of the world is love. The weight we carry is love. But we carry the weight wearily, and so must rest in the arms of love. At last, must rest in the arms of love. No rest without love. No sleep without dreams of love. Be mad or chill, obsessed with angels or machines. The final wish is love. Cannot be bitter, cannot deny, cannot withhold if denied. The weight is too heavy. Must give for no return. as thought is given in solitude, in all the excellence of its excess. Now there is something magical in love, something that brought you two together in this place and time. When Andrea asked me, standing in the back of the cab as Melvin Seals set the mood, whether my friend Ben was single, it hit me quite quickly that this notion had the power, the fateful, portending potential to be a once-in-a-lifetime match. It just made sense. The two funniest people I know, two people with magnetic energy, infectious humor, ridiculous amounts of charisma, and the capacity to care. Among the reasons why all of you are here today, to celebrate this match, to celebrate these two souls in communion, both body and mind. Is it special magic or just the nature of things? Conceived of great spirit, not for beggars, but for kings and queens. But at the end of the day, these two say it best. Like Ben said to me, she just makes me laugh, and that makes me want to be with her for the rest of my life. It's just about being with the person who makes you happy. When I asked Andrea how she knew Ben was the one, she replied, "It's not a thought, it's a feeling in your heart." And as you probably know by now, this couple is the reason we are all here together today. This couple, they got married, and now they both have two. In love abide, till death divide. I would like to humbly ask everyone here to please rise. Will everyone here, with all the intensity you can muster, surround Ben and Andrea in love, offering them the joys and understanding of your companionship and support them in their marriage? Thank you. You may be seated. We have come to the point of your ceremony where you will say your vows to one another. Before you do that, I implore you to always remember that love, rooted in faith, honesty, trust, and understanding of each other's idiosyncrasies, is the foundation of an abiding and deepening relationship. No single other tie is more tender or sacred than the one you now possess. In keeping this tie, the vows you make here today, not because of any religious or civic law, but out of a deep desire to love and be loved by another person fully, wholly, wholeheartedly, and without limitation, then your life will have joy, and the home you make, the garden you keep, will be a place where both of you will find the direction of your growth, your freedom, and your responsibility. Please read the vows you have written for each other.
That's you. Okay. Do you want to move this towards me? I'm totally calm. Not freaking out at all. I was gonna say like that. You do this, right? The first time I met you at Lonnie's house, my first impression was your incredible desire to make every single person at this small gathering laugh. From your old-time friends to me, a complete stranger, you built a community among all of us of laughter and silliness. Your innate ability to make 50 close friends and 50 strangers all laugh at the same thing at once is a beautiful, unusual quality that probably brought together the people sitting in these seats right now, how they met one another, became friends or partners because you facilitated the situation that brought us together. The first time I met you, despite your abrasiveness towards me when I tried to change the 13th Disco Biscuit song to Smokey Robinson, I left that day quoting you for a week with some witty one-liner that I'm not gonna repeat here. I will never forget that impression of your silliness, friendship, and passionate ability to share laughter and comfort. My whole life, I believed that true love was fictional, and us mere humans could never achieve a love so strong like the immortalized characters from Whom the Bells Toll, or the subjects that make Neil Young's voice crack. It was just a love we heard about or read about, and the rest of us were to settle for whatever felt closest to this fiction. Being in love with you is exactly the love song by Hemingway that I always imagined was unattainable. I wasn't gonna do this. I practiced not doing this. Since we fell in love, there's so many moments, small and maybe mundane moments in our apartment or in a car, that I have some version of deja vu, where while I'm with you, I'm remembering that I imagined this exact moment, this exact conversation with my dream partner before I even knew who you were, before I even met you. The promises I make today will be the easiest promises I'll ever have to keep. I promise to never take the tiny things you do for me for granted. The constant I love you messages that fill my inbox every day. The rides home from the train station that are offered and not asked for. Incorporating cabbage or kale into our dinners even though you don't like them and just because I do. I promise 50 years from now to always remember that you do these things because you're compassionate and caring and not because I've fallen into a routine expectation of your kindness. I promise to show you all the happiness and laughter you've shown every single person here when you need it. I promise to stand by your side through all the complexities of your incredibly infectious emotions. And I promise to never let you convince yourself that your hypochondria is real. And to go with you to the doctor while they explain that your appendicitis is gas. I promise to remember not to use the stove as a drying rack or leave the iron on the table in the morning. I vow to create a household together and raise our children with you as equals, even though our children won't love us equally because you're going to be the funnest parent in the world. I promise to be this in love with you as I am today, here standing, here, the love you deserve every day until we're 1,000,000 years old. No, you're not supposed to kiss me yet. Ooh, ooh.
It's been 3 years, 6 months, and 17 days since you decided to have endless cats, 90s dance parties, constant back rubs, adventures, and yes, once in a while, a good movie with me passed out by your side. You and I know it's been much longer since we have known and grown together, though. Whenever you ask what I love most about you, I always say it's your energy. Sure, I could say it's those beautiful blue-green almond eyes, your infectious laugh, or your love for art, music, animals, and children. But it's always been your energy that brings me closer and closer to you, Drea. I will always follow you and support you when you need help. I will always care for you when you are feeling down or sick. I will always cheer you up with my unbelievable humor and millions of different voices when you're feeling blue. I will always give you hugs when you need a quick boost. I will always say to the sound when we have a disagreement and apologize when I'm getting a little out of control, which I'm sure some of us know. It happens. I will always be there for you and hope to spend as many lazy Sundays as we possibly can together. Drea and I have a saying. She says to me, "You keep me wild," and I say to her, "You keep me safe." I truly believe our love is incomparable, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but it's just the little things we have and said and done for each other along our path. A couple years ago, I overheard her say to her friends, "I'm feeling so wonderful and confident towards life. As we get older, we may endlessly search for a true love, the right job, and whatever else you may need to create a happy life. I know with Ben, I'm at least halfway there." Thank you, Drea, for loving me, wanted to grow old with me, and wanted to make little JD Pops, Nickies, and Zeldas. I love you with all that I am. You're everything to me. I give you this ring
as a daily reminder of my love for you.
As a daily reminder of my love for you.
May the rings you exchange today remind you always, as they themselves are never ending, that you are surrounded by enduring love. Benjamin Todd DeMacco, do you take Andrea Carolina Mora to be your wedded wife, to live together in marriage? Do you promise to love her comfort her, honor and keep her, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and health, and forsaking all others. Be faithful only to her for as long as you both shall live.
This is the first and only piece of jewelry I'll ever wear.
Okay.
I love you. Yes, I do.
Andrea Carolina Mora, do you take Benjamin Todd DeMaco to be your wedded husband, to live together in marriage? Be faithful only to him so long as you both shall live.
I do.
These two have flown up and flown home. May that home always be filled with love, trust, forgiveness, and understanding, even when it's filled with equally crazy kids, crying babies, and likely multiple cats and dogs all at once. May your garden be fruitful and keep you fed and happy. Get in there, Ben. By the power vested in me by the Universal Life Church, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss each
Baby,